Hey, Aquarius, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your November 2024 career and money reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Aquarius, what is happening here for you? Now, almost every sign has received the Tower or a big change or transformation in the month of November. Now, this isn't the Tower like it is in tarot, but this is about building a business, earning power, or making sound decisions when it comes to your career or your money. We're going to see possibly some big changes on the corporate front. November is a very big time this year. We have a lot of changes coming in, and I do feel like these changes are going to be beneficial to your career or to you financially, but it may bring about some endings or reinvention of who you are. You may be going through a period of healing some deep things within yourself. For some of you, you could be healers. I feel like a lot of you, maybe the Tower, maybe we might see that in your reading because it is about restructuring and it's about new beginnings. And I do see here, you're going to seal the deal. There's a new business contract coming in for you, Aquarius. This could also be a document, a gift of money. This is looking good. 9 of Cups starting off. Like I said, whatever is showing up for you, whatever changes and growth is coming out of some things that happen for you in November, this looks to be good. And you have the angelic help here. This is the time to trust in the universe. Trust that you will be provided for. And maybe that has been what you've been asking or praying for. It says there is a career or blessing lining up for you. So stay positive and believe, because some of you may be out of work at this time. Some of you may have had to heal, take some time for yourself with the Skull card. Some of you went through some loss. Okay, there may have been loss or death. You may have even been low on cash or had to borrow money, or you just went through a bit of a rough patch. Yeah, we have the Devil crossing you. You're freeing yourself here. You're releasing yourself. I see the Chariot in your energy as well. I am getting a message here about astrology, diving into astrology. Now, of course, you are watching your Aquarian reading, wherever Aquarius is in your chart. But I feel like some of you are learning more about yourself through astrology. Perhaps you're learning about astrocartography, places in the world that resonate with your energy the most. You could be learning about zodiacal releasing, different dates and chapters of the stories of your life. Some of you are also diving into maybe human design, or you're learning more about your South Node or your North Node. I feel like you're doing some work on uncovering different aspects of your divine blueprint. And this is something that you're curious about, or you are really diving into with this Page of Wands energy. Yeah, because she's holding up the magnifying glass, and I feel like you're discovering more about yourself and your curiosities. And if it's not astrology, I feel like there is something here that you are quite curious. And with the Laborer card, I feel like you are meant to put some work into it, whether it's mental work, whether it's physical work. It says here that your hard work will be rewarded. Some of you may even be in a business that is laborious, or you manage laborers, possibly maintenance, construction, painting. It says don't be afraid to put some work into what you're curious about here. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to go towards your curiosities. We have the Judgment showing up. There's a choice being made here for you, or you're coming up to this spiritual rebirth, and this is Scorpio energy. There's self-awareness happening all around you. You are aware of yourself, where you've been, what makes you happy, what's been maybe blocking you. And I feel like you've gone through a lot of trials and tribulations, Aquarius, and there's an opportunity ahead that will bring in a lot of abundance and nurturing with the Empress energy here. Okay, this is someone who nurtures her garden, grows her garden, but I do feel like a choice is needing to be made. It almost feels like there is an acceptance or a surrender to let go of whatever this devil energy is for you. The devil could be perfectionism. It can be fear of failure, fear of success. It can be people pleasing. It can be codependency, materialism, addictions. It could be hanging on to limitations and beliefs that no longer serve you. But it looks like you are having an aha moment. Ace of Swords. That's your element here. You're having a breakthrough and you're cutting something out of your life that hasn't been helping. There's the Death. Yeah, there's the Death. I thought we might see that, but it's in your hopes and fears. What's the outcome here for Aquarius? What's the outcome for money, career, finances, November 2024? Oh, I'm loving this for you. I have to say, Aquarius, out of all the signs, and there's only one more after you to do, yours looks very, very good. It looks like November is going to be one of those months where you have a breakthrough. If things have been difficult, if things have been challenging, if you have been stuck in some sort of toxicity or negative mindset, or even a controlled mindset where your focus has been on something that just doesn't serve you, it holds you back. The reason why the devil is crossing your path, it's showing up here for you in the challenge position. So we're going to read it as if it's in the reverse. I'd much rather see the devil in reverse, because it means that you are liberating yourself from that which has bonded you or held you in a sense of confinement. Now, we talk about the Tower here, and this is earning power. Some of you, you are making your way to the top. This could be in your career. This could be in your business. This could also be retiring, right? Making your way to a decision point in your life that is going to change and alter everything. And I also feel like this Tower is saying you're finding stability within yourself. You're finding that stability and security within yourself by trusting the choices that you make are in your highest good. Because I definitely feel like there is a choice being made here. But this choice is leading to a brand new beginning, one that feels emotionally fulfilling, one that feels like a soul-quenching renewal, one that brings you the gift of positivity, hope, and curiosity. But like all aces, aces are gifts that we have to open. It's up to us what we do with that gift, right? And I feel like you may be making a choice in the corporate world, or there could be an offer coming your way. If you've been looking to shift gears, getting out of a toxic environment, this could be a month where you do receive that offer. For others of you, you could be leaving the corporate world and building your own business. For others of you, maybe you're entering back into the corporate world. But I do see here, Aquarius, there's some new business contracts coming in here. For some of you, this devil energy has to do with going it alone or feeling like you didn't have support, and that may have caused you to feel very isolated, very singled out. I'm getting Hermit energy in reverse, maybe very withdrawn, very rejected, very lonely. And sometimes when we dip into those frequencies, the devil, it's the perfect breeding ground for the devil to wrap us up in that web. Okay, that web of maybe complacency or procrastination or laziness. Excuse me. And I feel like there is a gift, potentially a gift of money coming in for you. That's what we see in your outcome. This could be a new contract, a new document. I'm getting like signing on the dotted line. Some of you, this is an e-document. Some of you, there's going to be a stamp of approval. Maybe this has to do with a loan, a mortgage, because this is a money reading as well. There could be an inheritance coming in because I do see the death card. And even though there has been some sort of bitter energy around an ending, I feel like there's a silver lining. And I was getting the writing. Did I mention that in the beginning? I feel like someone is either a writer, a journalist, a vlogger, or blogger. Someone could be writing in their gratitude journal, or perhaps you are an editor. Maybe you're writing a book, and we see writing, clerical work, administrative work, paperwork. I feel like whatever this new contract is, you're staying put. This is something long term. Some of you could have a connection to maybe France or Paris, the Eiffel Tower. You could be traveling as well. You may also see that your company is merging or some company is being bought out. Maybe where you keep your money. There could be a name change or there could be a merging. That was a big theme for a lot of readings, a lot of career readings for November. So we may see new companies, new strategies, new systems taking place in November, or at least the beginning of that. And it'll be full-fledged in, I'm getting the spring of 2025. This does look good for you. It looks favorable for you because I do see with the skull, this is still a bit of a fear, okay? Because this is what's happened in the past. I don't see this coming in as a present energy or a future energy because we have the death card in your hopes and fears. The fear is going through a rough patch, needing to borrow money, feeling low on cash, taking out a mortgage and not being able to pay or keep up with some sort of interest rates or some payments. I just feel like these are fears that you're having, but I feel like you are doing the homework. You are doing your due diligence where you're going to put those fears to rest. Now, yes, some of you may be in hospice. You could be in a healing profession or healing career. Okay, I am getting, for those of you that have come to this reading and you've been unemployed or out of work, there's definitely an offer coming in for you. And for those of you who've been reinventing your image, and I say that because the skull is showing up as a complete reinvention, right? A complete facelift for some of you. This could be the facelift of, a new branding, a new company, a new organization. I feel like there is something big coming in and you get to start from, I don't want to say scratch, but it almost feels like you're starting, there is a new beginning, a fresh beginning, but you have the experience and the wisdom behind it. I also see some of you collaborating and partnering up with technology. Maybe this is new systems. This could be artificial intelligence. Okay. This could be you connecting to higher frequencies. If you are in doing spiritual work, you could be connecting to higher realms. Specifically, some of you, the angelic realm. This is the time to trust in the universe. There is a career or blessing lining up for you. So stay positive and believe. And your outcome, it's collaborating with your key themes. Pay attention to the signs your angels are sending you at this time. And lastly here, it says, the gold card says, this is satisfying work. This is satisfaction. I do see some of you going in and applying for a long-term loan or paying off a loan for some of you. This could also be cryptocurrency. It could be gold. It could be coins. I feel like you're investing here. You're investing, maybe even looking into a financial investor, advisor. You have some solid finances going on and you're really wanting to know where you can keep your money or hold your money or where to invest here. You may be in the banking or financial line of work, but this is a very beautiful card of solid finances and being able to create that sense of stability. I'm seeing some numbers here as well. 9999. 4 nines, that could be significant. Now, nines are completions, accomplishments, service, solitude. Maybe 9 is someone's life path, someone's personal year. If that's the case, No wonder we're seeing endings showing up, death card, because I feel like you're on the cusp, you're on the precipice of some new beginning, new venture that is going to feel very, very fulfilling to you spiritually and part of your path, part of your mission here on earth. And I feel like you could be here to help others. Maybe you are the angelic help that helps others in the time of need. All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck. You have the spiral card. It almost feels like things are busy. There is a sense of busyness here. I do see in the past even there's been a sense of busyness, and at times it feels like there was a lack of direction, or you may have jumped impulsively into things and then needed to kind of go back into it and say, okay, what do I need to clean up here? But this is also about revisiting a job. Some of you may be going back into an old profession. This could also be reigniting an old passion that you've had. This can be about climbing the ladder. It's an upward trend, and we see connections here as well. So even though it may feel like things are out of control and going haywire around you, I actually feel like you have some good, strong, solid footing here. And I feel like you are manifesting a lot of abundance, okay, with the 9 of Cups starting off here. 9 of Cups is a wish granted. It is feeling satisfaction and accomplishment and fulfillment. And if that hasn't been where you've been, or if that hasn't been the past energy, I feel like you had to reflect, or you're in a state of reflection and saying, what is going to emotionally fulfill me? What is it that I want to do? Because some of you have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of emotions that are projecting into a lot of different creative passions or endeavors. And I feel like you are meant to pick a couple of them. You can see that the candle bra here is fanned out. And you may have a lot of ideas, up to 9 really brilliant ideas, but I feel like it's time to focus and it's time to make a choice. Which idea do I really want to pursue? And you can branch off, of course, but I feel like some of them are not related, right? Maybe some of you want to open up, a soap shop and make your own soaps and candles and crafts. And then over here, you want to be a coach. And maybe over here, you're wanting to go back to school and get, a certification. And I feel like you have these ideas, and Spirit is saying, narrow it down to maybe 2. Narrow it down so you can find that balance, because sometimes what happens is we have all these ideas and it can feel overwhelming and we don't know what one to do first, right? We don't know what step to take first. And I feel like you're going to accomplish quite a lot. You already have. You already have accomplished quite a lot. And I feel like there's a new opening, a new portal, a new beginning for you. And I also feel with this Judgment card, you could be bringing something back to life that you thought was a pipe dream. Okay, you're bringing something to life within you, potentially a childhood dream with the Page of Wands, something that you were curious about, Aquarius, in your younger years. Maybe you've always wanted to be, an investigator or, a journalist or whatever it may be. I feel like you're fulfilling that wish, but in ways that may be different in this day and age, right? Maybe it's different in this day and age. So for example, there were so many things that I wanted to be as a little girl. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to be a mother. I wanted to be a ballerina. I wanted to be a marine biologist, right? So those are completely different, right? In my candlesticks here, they're all different things. But as I have grown, as I have matured, I've actually fulfilled a lot of those childhood dreams, but in ways that it's beyond what one would think, right? When we open ourselves up to explore more, and when we open ourselves up to saying, well, it doesn't have to be, an actress in a big screen TV production, right? It can be fulfilling it in other ways. We don't have to be a kindergarten teacher. We can be a spiritual teacher. Maybe the marine biology piece isn't about, working with dolphins. Maybe it's about swimming with them and fulfilling that love for the ocean and the palm trees, right? So we find that our dreams show up in different ways and we can fulfill them in different ways. And that's what I see you doing here. So don't be afraid to explore and expand, because I see some childhood dreams of yours coming to fruition here, Aquarius. Now, the devil crossing you is saying that you feel like you're stuck, like you can't manifest those dreams. You may be saying, well, Mel, I've been in this position for a long time, or that's just a childhood dream. I can't really make money doing that. Of course, you have the ability here to make that a reality or to deny that as a reality. It's up to you. It's up to your beliefs. But I feel like the devil here, you're cutting away those cobwebs. And I feel like you are reawakening a piece of yourself that you lost, that childlike enthusiasm. You lost that curiosity because life got heavy. Life got filled full of responsibilities. And I feel like you are reinventing yourself from the inside out. And some of you, you've done a lot of inner child work or even some shadow work. And maybe you are here to teach others how to embrace their dreams as well. Now, in your foundation, you do have the Chariot. Aquarius, when you set your mind to something and then you follow it up with action, there's no stopping you. And I feel like when you have a dream, I'm getting the I have a dream statement, right? Martin Luther King here. I feel like you inspire, and you may feel inspired yourself. And I do feel with this Chariot energy showing up, this is emotional drive. There's a part of you as an air sign that, you have this ability to tune into such creative energy and to use that mind to communicate and to, tap in. And I feel like the emotional drive behind it is what fuels, what gets you going, because this is Cancerian energy, which is water, which is emotion. So dig into some of that emotion. How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel when you're learning about yourself or you're being curious and discovering new portals, new pathways, new ways of seeing the world, new perspectives? So make sure that you have the emotion behind it, because a lot of times if we don't have that emotion behind it, we're just going to go in circles and we're going to go in autopilot and we're going to feel like a zombie if we don't have that. And I see you do. You have the 9 of Cups here. The 9, again, 999. We see that. How interesting that was on the gold bar. Do we have any other 9s in your reading? Okay, the main one is the 9. Oh, interesting though. We said 9999 and you have the 9, 9 cups showing up. So I feel like there's a lot of fulfillment here. There's a lot of success in whatever you're focusing your energy on. Because in the recent past, we do have the Page of Wands. This is the students. This is that childlike enthusiasm, Aquarius. This is your creativity. You may have received a message, or you're about to, if you haven't yet. I feel like you may have already received some sort of message, download, incoming news, or perhaps you've put something out there. And I feel like there's a choice around whatever information this is. There's still time to decide, or there's still, a choice to be made around what you're going to do with this information. And that's where the Judgment comes in. And this could be a choice that's made during Scorpio season, which is right around the corner, depending on when you're watching this, October 23rd to November 22nd. These readings are put out before November, but I feel like there is going to be some sort of judgment call based on whatever this information is. Maybe you went in for an interview. Perhaps this is a class that you're deciding to take, or you were curious about, but you haven't pulled the trigger on yet. I feel like this is the judgment call. This is, that horn blowing saying you got that job, or you've been accepted into the program, or you've received the green light for that mortgage or that loan. And with your surrounding cards, the Judgment looks to be a call that's good, because sometimes this Judgment is really reevaluating where you're at and the choices that you've made. And I feel like something is shifting here in a big way. You're not going back to the past energy in a negative way, right? By telling yourself it's not possible or I can't do that. I actually feel like you're bringing something to life. And it could be you. You could be coming back to life. You could be reinventing yourself. Maybe you felt like you were a zombie. Maybe you felt a little dead inside. I know that sounds morbid, but you have the skull and you have the death card. But what's coming out of this death energy is beautiful lilies. Lily could be significant for some of you. You could receive lilies, flowers. Maybe you have a tattoo of a lily, butterflies. I mean, this is massive transformation. And you see that it's inside her. It's within her. And I feel like you are waking up to your purpose, to your mission, to your service. And that may look completely different than the career that you're in or the path that you're on. It could be reawakening a dream, right, that you've had for a while, but maybe you haven't been on that path and it's time to get back on that path. Now, what we have coming in for you in the near future is the Empress. Aquarius, the Empress energy is here to remind you that you're birthing a new cycle. This is Libra and Taurus energy of creativity. This is fertility. This is nurturing yourself, nurturing your dreams, growing your garden. What is it that you've been planting for quite some time now? Because I feel like you're ready to give life to something. For some of you, this may have to do with mothering, parenting, maybe being a doula. Some of you could be a death doula. Some of you may be a medium. For others of you, there is something here with healing from loss. Healing from loss of maybe a child. I'm sending you a lot of hugs, a lot of love. That's not easy, I know. And for others of you, perhaps you are connecting to family. You're connecting to children in some way. You're healing that inner child. And by doing so, you are able to create a very abundant, wealthy life for yourself. And I see even more flowers on this Empress energy. So you are birthing a new cycle. And this cycle looks very creative. It's very fertile. It's very abundant. The energy of the Empress is beautiful. It is loving and nurturing. And I feel like that's what you are doing here. You're birthing a new cycle, a new era. This era of Aquarian energy, which is you. How are you feeling? You're feeling like you're in the in-between stages. You're trying to juggle or balance a few things at this time. You may be weighing out pros and cons. The Two of Pentacles is multitasking. Some of you may be comparing, right? Comparing situations. You may even have a couple of offers here. You may have 2 offers coming in for you. Do I stay on the path that I'm at? Do I go back to an old job? Do I branch off and build a business? Do I stay where I'm at for the time being and focus over here? So I do feel like there is a choice, something you're contemplating, you're weighing up. But I see because you have the seal, Aquarius, you're going to seal the deal. There's a contract here. And I do feel like there could be a really good negotiation coming in. So don't settle. Don't settle for less than you deserve, because you deserve to be valued and seen as the Empress energy that you're showing up in the near future. Male or female, it doesn't matter, but the Empress receives. So she's receiving some sort of gift, and that's your outcome energy as well. So trust that you're able to balance out some things at this time. Ask for help if need be. Stay calm, okay? Stay calm during financial ups and downs, and try not to take on so much. Okay, ask for help if you need to. But I see here in your environment, you have the Ace of Swords. You're unlocking the truth. There's some sort of truth or aha moment or some sort of idea that you are unlocking, because you see that she's holding the key. And I'm hearing I have a dream. I have a dream. So some of you, you're definitely manifesting a dream that you have, and you see that right in her crown chakra. This is aligned to your spiritual truth. This is aligned to your crown region, which is your higher self, listening to your intuitive nudges. And I feel like you're unlocking something quite profound, quite prolific when it comes to your finances and abundance. There is a new understanding here that you didn't have before. You are gaining clarity, and by doing so, you're coming up with new action plans to move forward. You're staying authentic. You're staying honest. And I feel like for those of you that have been very much in the headspace of planning and putting your ideas down on paper and really using that brilliant mind to unlock some bits and pieces of yourself and discover new ways of maybe bringing in multiple streams of income, or how to get something off the ground, or discovering new places to work, or how to make your money work for you. I feel like that's what's happening here. And there's going to be a conversation had, or there's going to be some sort of communication through a download or through an external force that brings in this opportunity. Now, the hope and the fear, we talk about this, is change. Because it's in every single one of us to at times resist or get fearful when it comes to things changing. We can be excited at the same time, but we can still show up shaking, right? We can still show up and say, yes, I'm scared, but I'm going to go through this anyway. I'm being transformed, and I may not have all the pieces. I may not have all the answers, but I do know one thing, that this is my path. I'm meant to be on it, and I'm meant to move forward. And so I feel like there's something you have now that you struggled with in the past, and that's trust. Trusting the process a little bit more and more each day, Aquarius. And this death card is about liberation. It's the phoenix rising. It is more Scorpio energy. So we see here, some of you Aquarians have a lot of Scorpio in your chart, okay? Or Scorpio season is going to bring in a new beginning for you, as mentioned. And I feel like this is something good. You know, it's interesting because the lily came up in another reading as well. And sometimes lilies give off this pungent smell that other people do not love. I personally love lilies. It's one of my favorites. I even have a tattoo of a lily. But sometimes it can rub sensitive people in the wrong way, or those that are sensitive to the energies of the lily. And I feel like that's not your job to make everyone feel comfortable. Okay, Aquarius, it's not your job to make everyone feel comfortable. And if the energies do not align, then be okay with leaving it where it's at and moving on to the next. Okay, so letting go, basically. Don't feel like you have to please everyone or make everyone happy. I feel like it's time for you to make yourself happy. This is time for you to come alive, and it's going to be more difficult to do so if you're worried about what other people think, or if you're worried about, you know, what you bring to the table, or how are they going to criticize? Are they going to judge? Are they going to be sensitive to it? And that may be some sort of piece of the devil that's showing up for you to release and let go of. Now, your outcome, I don't know if I said this when it came. I kind of wanted it to be a surprise for you, but you probably know. You have the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is curiosity. It is positivity. It's hope. It's emotional fulfillment. It is a soul-quenching renewal. And there's a gift. Aces are gifts, but we have to grab onto that potential. We have to grab onto that seed, and we have to unwrap that gift, right? And it's what we do with that gift. Are we going to take that gift and say, oh, thanks, that's great, and then throw it in the back of the closet, right? It could be something that is a buried gift within yourself, but maybe it wasn't time for you to use, right? And this is something that is beautiful and powerful and transformative. Look at all the butterflies coming out of this cup. And I feel like the emotions that are taking place over the next 4 to 6 weeks for you, yes, you have some fear, but I feel like the excitement of the new beginning, the excitement of what's changing is going to trump any fears that you have. Because the emotions that I do see coming up, right? We have the Empress, we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Nine of Cups. Those are, those are tears of joy, right? They're tears of gratitude. And I say tears almost because it feels, tears can be good. Tears can be liberating. Tears can be happy. Tears can be sad. And you know that life is full of both. And I just feel like there's tears of joy, tears of gratitude. And it feels like you're proud of yourself. It feels like your loved ones, your ancestors, those in spirit, and those around you physically are proud of you. I'm proud of you, Aquarius. You didn't get all this way just to get this far, right? You're opening up to a huge renewal here, and it looks quite profound. Let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have for Aquarius, please? Something is not for you, and you are leaving it behind. You have the fortune cookie. It's card 6, and that's the Lovers in Tarot. You will need to trust your heart here. You will need to trust your intuition. And I feel like you already know, because sometimes that devil tries to hold us back and say, oh, but it is for you, Aquarius, right? It creeps in your ear and says, but you have to stay. But you have to, stay because it's not the time to make the move. And I do feel here, there is a clear knowing. Rejection is God's protection here. And it says you can strategize and project and systemize and invest all your time and energy. But sometimes even those plans don't go as planned, right? And I feel like you are failing fast and learning from defeat. You're going to keep going. That's part of your superpower. That's why you have the Chariot. As it says here, fail fast and learn fast. Learn from defeat. You will eventually succeed. And I feel like that's what this is about for you. That's this judgment call saying, have you learned the lessons that this Chariot brought in? I don't love the word failure. To me, I replace that with growth opportunities, because failure gets such a negative connotation. It almost feels like we tend to slump our shoulders and we just feel defeated or drained when there's been failure. And yes, that can be certainly the truth. We feel that way. But it doesn't have to be the end all be all. We can learn from it. And it's the comeback, right? The comeback that's stronger than the setback. And that's the lesson that you've learned here in the past. And that's why the judgment is right above you saying, have you learned that? Have you learned to not let failure hold you back and stop you from ever trying again? Because rejection is protection. And maybe there are unforeseen forces and things that may have protected you, but you may not see it that way at times. You may think, well, the world is conspiring, or, I'm just not good at that. Or it feels like sometimes we can drop into that victim mentality. But what I see here is, you know when to fold your cards. You know when to walk away from something. That's part of the lesson here. That's why the Death card is showing up, because you're reinventing yourself through these rejections, through these, choices that have been made. It says, don't chase after what flees from you. Don't obsess over what eludes you. Don't bang your head against the wall, right? No prize given for torturing yourself, and nothing to be gained by refusing to see red flags. I feel like it is time for you to walk away. It says there are other goals. There are other successes waiting for you. The way out of obsessing is radical acceptance and surrender. Spirit wants only the best for you. This is a sign that you have something much better waiting. And you know what the last word is? It says trust. Trust. And we said that that's something you have this time around that may have been lacking, or you may have not completely believed in the past. And I do see some choices being made here. So if something has been denied to you, trust that that was in your highest good. Accept that. And I feel like there's a new beginning here showing up. And this is where it's at. This in the near future, the Empress, come on, that's the best energy. So even if that position was denied to you, that was a dream, right? It may show up in another way. Just like I told you about my childhood dreams, they've shown up in ways that have probably surpassed my wildest dreams, right? And I feel like the same here is for you. And sometimes it may not show up in the form, but the essence is significant. So trust that when one door closes, another opens. And I feel like you are guided with the 6 energy to really trust in your intuition at this time. Trust in, your curiosities, and try not to go down the rabbit hole and keep on digging. If you come to a dead end here and the door is closed, don't bang your head against it trying to open it, because why? You have 9 other candlesticks showing up here on the 9 of Cups. And I feel like that was a lesson of the past for you to learn. Now let's get a few messages from your spirit animals. And at this time, Aquarius, I just ask if you can safely do so. Please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from the solar plexus chakra, the belly area. Nice big deep inhale. Hold it for as long as you can. And release with a nice big sigh out your mouth. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animal is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. This could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that's visited through your dreams, or maybe even crossed your path recently in the great outdoors. This could be a pet that you have at your home, or maybe even right beside you as you're listening to this reading. There is no right or wrong answer, Aquarius. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your power animal in the comment section below the video, and I personally will enter you into that giveaway. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss when that pops up on the 1st of the month. All right. Aquarius, in my mind's eye, I was seeing the elephant. So some of you may have seen an elephant. Now, I always think of Ganesh, remover of obstacles. And I do feel like you are removing those obstacles and you have help. There's angelic help here for you. Now, some of you could be 49 years old, born on the 1st, the 5th, or the 29th. Oh, I love this one showing right up on time. Rabbit. Rabbit spirit said, now is a lucky time. This is a lucky time for you because you have gone through a lot of rejection. And didn't we even talk about that hermit energy in reverse? That hermit energy is the lessons of, rejection or abandonment or making some choices that you need to make because something isn't for you. And I feel like in your heart of hearts, you know this to be true. It's not for you anymore. Therefore, a judgment call is being made. And by making this judgment call, you're entering into the best, most prosperous, lucky time of your life. And you're bringing that rabbit's foot with you. Bat spirit, a rebirth is assured. Yeah, you have the reinvention. You have the death. That is the phoenix rising, right? That is the rebirth. And I feel like it's happening for you this Scorpio season. Next, you have giraffe. See the big picture. You're rising above. Giraffes have the advantage, right, with the long neck to be able to see things that most animals can't. And it also gives them the advantage of having the resources, having the food, having what they need. And I feel like you have the advantage point here on a situation and you're able to see everything. You're able to see it from a holistic point of view instead of just a singular point of view. And then lastly, card 1, lo and behold, the ace, it says, Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. You know those missing pieces that you thought you didn't quite have, right? As you were putting that puzzle together, now you're able to see the big picture because the missing pieces are showing up in the form of collaboration. This could be partnership coming in for you. This could be connecting to your guides and, your angels. And I feel like some piece that you thought you didn't quite have to be able to feel that fulfillment is coming in here for you. So it's time to collaborate. What final message do we have here, please, for Aquarius? Final message, Aquarius, soul wisdom. The wisdom of your soul knows the way and you can trust it. Where are you being guided and led? There's the Page of Wands, right? Where are you being guided and led? Keep following the path of your soul's inner guidance. I absolutely see with the magnifying glass and the big old eye there, I see that you are being guided and you're going to have an inkling, a nudge, a push, a pull, something that you weren't able to see before, you're able to see now. So be mindful of the words that you speak to yourself, right? Be mindful of, the downloads that you receive, because this is going to help you out regarding your next career. This could be conversations, communications, right? Course of study. There's something here that you are being guided to move forward on. And you're also being guided to leave behind. So that's why you have the Two of Pentacles, because you're juggling something up. You may feel like you're between both worlds, but I do feel like you are going to make a choice, or a choice is going to be made here for you that aligns you with what you truly want, that Ace of Cups. And you're going to see why those other things were denied, or it wasn't the time. You're able to see the big picture, why you had to stay in that job for as long as you did, or why you went through that difficult partnership with a coworker in the past, so you could learn how to deal with stress and anxiety or conflict in a new manner, right? You're seeing things now that you weren't able to see while you were in it. And I feel like you're liberating yourself. You're doing things in a new way. There is expansion and growth in your energy. That's why the Devil is showing up here, because you're freeing yourself from the old ways of doing things that have been difficult or toxic. And I feel like you're moving on towards that soul fulfillment. That is what I have for you, Aquarius. I hope this resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And of course, drop your power animals in the comment section below. Thank you so very much for tuning in, Aquarius. Lots of love.